see you've made quick work of your beloved brethren.
Have you no heart? No shame for the atrocities you commit?
Prepare to face judgment for your ghastly crimes. What?
This has all been quite lovely, but I fear I've no more time for futile games. Now, I shall finally rid myself of that irksome ring and the girl both.
I can't let you do that.
How dare you!
These two may be mere obstructions on your path of conquest, but I've need of them both, and none of you. Seems the ghoul slipped away.
Why have you helped us?
Because that girl is the only vessel I have, and I've no interest in seeing it defiled.
What do you mean, vessel?
Simple. Zenoira's spell is not the mind control you think it is. No, it is a channeling magic, designed to place a fallen soul into the body of one who yet lives.
You mean to say all those we thought were puppets were actually possessed by spirits of the dead?
Which implies you're one of them yourself!
Mind your manners, child. Living souls are just as easily transferred as the deceased, and mine is very much still alive.
For the moment, perhaps.
We'll just have to see about that, won't we? Now, I know you seek the ancient texts housed within the Tower of Thorns. Meet me at its peak, and we can finally bring this long-winded chapter to a close.
We've scoured the city, Todas. All of her people are safe.
It would seem even the great Zenoiran army found themselves entangled in these labyrinthian tunnels.
Thank you both. It puts my heart at ease knowing our home is unharmed. It's funny. In this moment, I'm reminded of the day you two first swore the oath as my personal guard. Rylanor, as much as I'd like to claim the honor for myself, you were the first to see Ethelion's potential for excellence.
Even amidst a golden generation such as ours, his star shone brighter than any other. It was obvious he would serve you well. With a bit of training, of course.
Yes. I remember when you first introduced him to me. The poor child was too nervous to even speak a word.
That was years ago, I'll have you note.
And now you stand a proud and mighty warrior. Rylanor's eye is keener than I give her credit for. But enough of the past. The Nasthirion awaits, and at its apex, Alcina. She is a sorceress mighty enough to see past the trickery of the Fae and slip into Elheim under her own power. You are not to drop your guards at any moment.
Yes, my lady.
We'll begin the preparations at once. Come, Ethelion.
I've never seen such an incredible city before. The Dark Elves call this place home, you say?
It is also the seat of my Eunice's power.
Let it serve as the headquarters for this campaign as well.
I thank you. But do you harbor no reservations about letting foreigners walk its halls? Humans at that.
The Liberation has been most generous with its aid, and will be needing more still in the battle to come. But it's nearly upon us. Today, we defeat that wretched Alcina, and reclaim the Nasthirion in Elheim's name.
Madam Sorceress! The rebels march for our position!
Compose yourself, soldier. We've always known they would come, which is precisely why we've steeled ourselves for their arrival. This liberation will be no more once we're through with them. Now, take your stations. The time is nigh.
Yes, ma'am.
Your treachery ends here, Alcina.
Tell me, Master. Why have you aligned yourself with Zenoira?
I doubt you'll believe what I have to say. I used to wield my magics for Cornea, same as you. And in her time of need, I rushed to Elenia's aid. I could do no different for His Majesty's daughter. But everything changed when I witnessed the magic they bore. The power to restore the dead. You see, all that I did was for King Gerard. Leave our pursuers to me, my liege. As long as you live on, that is enough.
Nonsense! I refuse to flee if it means renouncing you in the process. Watch out!
Gerard! You'll pay for that. No! Poison!
The Prior King and his wife are furious from what I've heard.
That witch always was His Majesty's favorite. It's the only reason she kept her job. But there are countless others ready to rise from academies and take her place.
I doubt you'll have a single friend in this world ere long.
And so, I intended to use Zenoira's magic to impart his soul into Elaine's body. I even kept Galerius far from Palavian shores in order to see His Majesty's vessel live on. All of it. For him.
You can't really believe he'd be happy, being revived under such circumstances.
No, it was a fool's errand, as you say. But I would bear even the harshest reprimand if it meant hearing his voice just one more time. To speak with him again, even for a moment.
Rest well, Master. Prince Elaine, I must thank you, on behalf of the entire elven race. Had you and your company not come to these lands, we would surely be languishing beneath Zenoira's iron fist even now.
The war we fight is not for Cornea alone. And victory is but a distant dream until all who suffer under Zenoira's tyranny rise in song as one. Yet even were that not the case, we would come to your defense every time. Elaine. Ah, yes. Have you found any texts bearing mention of the Ring of the Unicorn?
We have. However...
Allow me. The room that housed them was ransacked, set ablaze by the look of it. The ancient tomes were badly burned. But be at ease. The passages we need were still legible. The Ring of the Unicorn will be restored to its true strength only once the Rite of Covenant has been performed.
And is this rite described anywhere?
It is. According to the texts, all you have to do is go to the altar and offer up the Ring of the Maiden to a chosen companion.
Not sure that's a ring we've got.
Indeed. It is a treasure passed down through generations by the Turanos of Elheim. And now, I'd like you to have it.
Are you certain you wish to part with such a precious artifact?
Beyond certain.
This ring is the only chance we have of stopping Galerius. It wouldn't do to keep that to ourselves, now would it?
Huh. Guess that's everything. All we gotta do now is head to that altar and have ourselves a ritual.
Yes, but its location is sadly lost to us. trapped behind burnt words and cindered pages.
Of course it is. Should have known it wouldn't be easy. Not like we've got a choice, though. Come on, Elaine. Let's get to hunting.
Hold just a moment. We wish to accompany you and join the battle for a free Thevrith. In truth, we owe you an immeasurable debt after everything you've done for our people. And while this can't truly be considered fair repayment, I ask that you let us aid you as best we can.
Elheim will never be safe as long as Zenoira exists. We know that all too well now. 10 years ago, we turned a blind eye to their designs in order to preserve our peace. And that very peace was the price we paid. We won't make that mistake again. Not this time.
With resolve that strong, we would be mad to refuse. You're always welcome amongst our ranks. Glad to make it official. Now come on, we've got places to be. Is something the matter?
I look forward to our time together, Prince.
Well, look who went and made it to the top. Never had a doubt in my mind.
Indeed. And once I've claimed the title for my own, you'll be joining the Liberation as promised.
I might actually have to work for once. Haven't had a thrill like this in years. Now come on, it's time.
A foe capable of challenging the girl has finally arisen. Far though she may stand from true strength, she has trained many moons for this day. Long have I awaited one worthy of wetting my blade with their blood. Here you shall witness the pinnacle of swordsmanship, and perish in its wake! Splendid, truly splendid. For years, my steel has sought perfection, and now it knows the bitter torment of defeat. At long last, the consummate blade is upon us. The legions of hell will be next to taste its edge.
Thanks. Feels good to finally move again. Whole body's screaming in pain, though. Damned spirit has no respect. But he's gone now, thanks to you. Burning in eternal flames like he deserves.
Would you care to explain? You were almost a different person entirely for a time there.
Not the prettiest story, but sure. He was an ancestor of mine. One of the finest swordsmen in the land in his day.
Still is, by my count.
It all went to his head, though. He searched for years for someone to pass his mastery down to, but nobody could handle it. So, he started spreading his seed instead, hoping someone would bear him a worthy son. But a cruel man makes a cruel father. He put his kids through such brutal training, most of them died in the process. Not that he cared. He kept making heirs to replace the fallen, and tossed aside any woman whose blood was too weak. They say some of those mothers even went mad from the grief.
How horrible.
But those women weren't going down without a fight. Gave their lives to curse the man for the rest of time. Wasn't long before his lungs started failing him, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't sire the son he so badly wanted.
Sounds like he was staring death in the face.
Maybe. But the old bastard wasn't kicking the bucket before he tried one last thing. Some kind of unholy sorcery that let him inhabit the bodies of his descendants. Keep perfecting his sword work through their eyes.
Something akin to Zenoira's magics, perhaps.
Couldn't say. But I know one thing for sure. He wasn't from Fevrith. And now, you put him and his damn curse to rest for good. Don't know how I can ever pay that back, but I'm gonna try. Let me come with you.
Are you certain?
That was the promise, wasn't it? Besides, I already got what I wanted out of this place. Guy as tough as you will have no trouble putting me to work.
We'll more than welcome it, Amalia.
Oh, but there's one little thing I should warn you about.
Which is?
Well, just look at me. Woman my size eats as much as 5 men. I hope that's not a problem.
Sounds like I'll be on double cooking duty then.